right? Because that's what it's going to take right now. How many hours do we spend online trying to figure out the next thing that's happening, trying to figure out where the next corruption has been or will be? How many hours do you wish, if you could spend all those hours that you spent just in the last year putting food in the ground and creating self-reliant systems, do you know that you would have all the food you need? Isn't that amazing? There are so many relevant pieces. And by the way, I'm going to share something. I am all about peace, 100%. That's what we're demonstrating on every conceivable level. This is a symbol of our right, because nobody can take that away from us. I understand God's law. I understand natural law. I do not understand the legal system, which has been used as a tool of enslavement for humanity. I understand that system, and so do you all, if you have faith and courage. Faith and courage, my friends, is literally the armor of God. When we rise our vibration, our frequency, our energy, when we serve and we demonstrate peace and love and willingness to learn new things, then we show the world how to do it. And what's coming to mind right now is I just chatted with a fellow this morning, and he spent 14 years in maximum security. He then went to Harvard. His name is Andre. He then spent the last 24 years in the prison system, working on reforming the prison system. And he said, Jim, all these meetings, it's all a bunch of bullshit. I want people who are actually going to do something about it, and I love what you all are doing. He's on board. And he said, Jim, it's so simple. If we want to reform the prison system, then we work with the major drug lords and drug dealers in all of these communities, and they want what you are selling, what you are helping to create. They want healthy societies, believe it or not, right? It is so, he said, it's so simple, but none of the politicians want to go this direction. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of drug lords either, quite frankly. But if the drug lords are going to bring food forests to the opportunity zones, then let's help them do so by helping them invest that cash that they did not pay taxes on into creating freedom for the people that they actually represent. Now, is that a crazy-ass idea? It sounds pretty crazy. It is pretty, even to my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, is it that simple? Yes, it's that simple. Though the problems of our world are increasingly complex, the solutions remain and always have been embarrassingly simple. When we stand up with faith and courage and when we declare our freedom. I did not ask for permission to build our lifetime family home. Am I in all the way? There's no other way to win this war but to go all the way in, all the way. All the way, brother. Yeah, that's it. So what we're going to do today, the name is relevant. This is the path to freedom. We are going to illuminate the path to freedom. And thank you, Marcel and Joey and Brian and your whole crew. This camera crew is here to record. And then we are going to create a documentary out of this that illuminates in the most detailed way how we as humanity becomes completely free, and as a result of that, we will have peace on earth, my friends. And this is coming to my mind as well, and that's how I flow. I just met with Bobby Kennedy last Friday, and I am hyper aware as a conspiracy researcher for 20-some years, well, at least for 15, 16 years. I'm aware of the narrative of controlled opposition, and I'm aware that all of us are controlled. Anybody who is not of a light mente, anybody who is still programmed by governmente, which means mind control, we are all still programmed. So the question to ask ourselves is, where are we programmed? What erroneous thoughts? What insane thinking? What angers do we feel? What traumas are we still experiencing? Where are we diseased? Right? Ask yourself, because it all starts in here, my friends. Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. But there's one word off in that sentiment, the word think. Einstein said, knowledge or imagination is more important than knowledge, for imagination tells us what is, or knowledge tells us what is. Imagination tells us what will be. So go deep in your heart and feel the frequency. Feel the power of what I call God. I grew up in Minnesota, and that was the word we used to talk about the divine, right? But I don't hate anybody who uses the word Allah or Buddha or Shiva or Krishna. We are all brothers and sisters in this world, my friends. Depending on where we grew up is how we represent and how we think about these things. So let's stop the hate narrative. And to Bobby Kennedy, I would like to invite you to look at this. This is the big war, by the way, folks. This is the ultimate divide and conquer narrative that's going on right now, that has been written in all the great books. Divide and conquer at every level is what their goal is. That is how they defeat us. And that's also in permaculture, we turn the problem into the solution. If divide and conquer is the problem, then let's rise above that problem and stop hating. Stop looking at logos and flags. It's not the Chinese people or the Russian people or the United States people. It's the people controlling them that are destroying our world, that are controlling the slave. Goethe said, none are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free, my friends. We have been slaves, but we are waking up through governmente to lightmente, to a mind free of the programming of the wicked. And this is the golden age. This is the ascension or expansion, I just heard yesterday from a dear friend, of human consciousness. This is the great awakening. This is the time. The golden age is next for us. How? By demonstrating. And so again, we're not talking about, this isn't a hypothetical solution to all of the world's biggest problems, right? That food forest isn't a hypothetical food forest. It's a demonstratable solution to all of the world's biggest problems. We're demonstrating that we are non-compliant with any form of force and violence. When we come together and demonstrate this, we win, period, hands down. That's the end of it. And that's the beginning, right? The end is near, by the way. The end of slavery and the beginning of freedom. Thank you.